What's up, everybody? Chewy89 coming at you today with another One Piece chapter review, and this time it's 1019. And I gotta say, man, Oda, I'm loving the fact that you took my advice. Granted, you were probably gonna do this anyway. You didn't listen to me, so don't worry about it. But you're finally going to these extra battles out here and finishing these up, and then we can go back to Kaido and then finish the whole thing, finish the arc off at that point. Really happy this chapter. It had Franky and Sasaki and possibly the wrap up of that battle. And we get a little bit of other characters like Luffy and Zoro and all that stuff and what's going on with them. But anyways, before I get into the review, please do me a favor if you can, dislike my channel or comment down below and subscribe to my channel. We'll have more One Piece content. The more subscribers I get, the more I can do this. And I love talking about One Piece and just do that favor for me, all right, guys? Anyway, so yeah, we start the chapter off, and we get into it right away with Sanji and Queen, and there's a couple of attacks that happen here. I think that Queen does some like beam attack, and it's like a wide area attack. It hits like a lot of places, and Sanji then makes a mention that Franky would definitely like this technology. So I definitely see after this arc is over, maybe getting some more info dump on what Queen was doing back in the day with Judge, and then maybe Franky doing some enhancements to himself with the weapons that Queen has, which is a buff to Franky, which is really, really cool. I love that Sanji mentioned that. That was awesome. That was really cool. So I can't wait to see where Franky takes his robot suit further, into the future and the things that he could do. We didn't get much there. There's just a couple of attacks. I think the more these battles wrap up and we're getting close, the more we're gonna get with Sanji and Queen, and then possibly Zoro versus King. So, because right after that, the doctors are trying to get all these bandages. Because Sanji, it's funny. Zoro looks like that trifecta blunt from, Pineapple Express, if you guys know what I'm talking about. There's so many bandages around him. It's insane. It's really hilarious. And they're trying to just get all the bandages off and give him the drug so that he can get back into the fight. Because right now, we don't see Marco. We haven't seen Marco and King for a while. So, we don't know what's going on there, right? So we don't know what's happening there. Maybe King beats Marco, and then Zoro shows up and gets his battle with King. They're both injured, or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's what's going to happen there. I would love to see that. I wish they were both at full strength. I don't know if they're going to be. We'll see what happens, right? But I think that's where that's headed. Okay, because I think Zoro's done with right now with the Yonko. I don't think he's going to interact with Yonko anymore. We got our taste. We everybody, all the Zoro fans out there. I'm a Zoro fan myself. We all got what we wanted. He used Odin's blade, and he got a chance to fight the four emperors. One of the four emperors. That's fine. We already got it. Now it's time for him to fight one of the commanders going forward. So yeah, we get a little there, and I think next chapter maybe Zoro gets up. Who knows? From there we go to the submarine, and they're trying to resuscitate Luffy. They're trying to get all the water out of his body and bring him back to life. And it's funny, this reminds me of the time in Dimple Down, when Luffy was down and they gave him all the drugs and all he wanted to eat was meat, the hormones and all that stuff that kept get him to recover from the poison and all that, and all he wanted was meat. Here, Luffy's down, he's back to life basically, and he's like, just all he wants is meat. He's like, just give me meat, just give me a whole bunch of food. I don't know how they're gonna do this. I don't know how they're gonna get him all this food in the submarine or whatever the case may be. Maybe they have a fridge in the background there or something. Who knows? Or maybe it'd be funny. What if Law were to just transport meat with his room to the submarine? They get in contact with Law, like, hey, Law, listen, I need you to get this meat, put it in the submarine so Luffy can come back to life and do this whole thing. Honestly, I think that's how Luffy gets back into the fight, too. I think Law does a room and just basically transports himself or something else and then gets Luffy onto Wano. That's how I think it's going to happen. I don't think the submarine's just going to land. Because the island is floating in the air, right? It's floating in the air going to Onigashima. That's the only logical way he gets on. Unless he goes Gear 4th and flies up, but then he's going to waste the Gear 4th to get there. So that's what I think is going to happen. They're going to get meat, and Law's going to transport him back into the fight here. So then from there, we go to the main floor, and we get Franky versus Sasaki. This fight is really, really good. I got to say, it's been a while since we've seen all the Straw Hats get these battles and all these panels, right? It's been a while. It kind of reminds me of Alabasta, when you had everything going on with Luffy versus Crocodile, and then before that fight came about, it was of course Luffy fought Crocodile a few times, lost, whatever, and then from there, we had the side battles. We had Zoro versus Das Bones, I think, or Mr. One. I'm just gonna call him Mr. One because I don't remember his name, Mr. One, and then you had um, Sanji versus Bon Clay, and then you had Nami versus the chick with the spikes and all that stuff. So this is what this reminds me of, and it's really cool. I like this. Oda's just taking the time. Okay, listen, let's wrap these battles up now before we get to the climax, right? So we get Franky versus Sasaki, and right now what's happening is that the subordinates are turning against Sasaki, and they're helping out Franky, which is good, so it takes away the subordinates, so that way he can just focus on Sasaki here. And then you got Franky in his, like, you know, general suit or whatever it's called. And, of course, you know, they're both bantering back and forth. You know, Franky calling him a tough bastard and all this stuff. Because Sasaki looks like he's putting in some work against Franky here. And so, you know, we start getting into the battle. And, of course, you know, Sasaki turns into his, he's just standing now as a Triceratops. And he looks really, really cool. I got to say, for a Triceratops Zoan, I'm a fan. I like what I'm seeing from Sasaki here. Stands up really tall, and he's standing over Franky. And, you know, then we get to the battle. It gets started, and we see that Sasaki has a sword, and it looks like he's using it like a propeller or something. Like it's turning around, and it's just like spinning. Like there's a bunch of blades around the sword or something like that. Maybe I'm looking at that wrong. I got to look up the Karakuri sword. Maybe there's some legend behind that with that or something. And it's basically constantly spinning. It's like a chainsaw kind of thing, and he's ready to just like cut up Franky here. And I think what ends up happening is because, or I don't know, like I had a hard time understanding this. Either the sword is constantly spinning, or he did something and put the sword around his. No, I'm looking at that wrong. Okay, the sword is spinning, and what's happening is he's using his top of the head here. He puts his head up, right, and then from there he turns like this, whatever this is for the Triceratops. He turns that into a propeller. So now he's like a helicopter, basically, like a heli-triceratops or something like that. And he's constantly like flying, which is really smart, which is really cool. I like that Oda's using like that, whatever, I don't know what that's called. I'm not a big dinosaur person, but whatever that thing is on top of Sasaki's head. So he's basically doing that and going around in a propeller. So it's like a flying triceratops and all that stuff. So he goes up in the air and he's like, how are you, you know, Franky's just shocked. Like, I didn't think I could see a flying dinosaur. I don't know why you're spinning like that. I don't get it. Right? He's saying, you know, dinosaurs could do that. And, of course, Sasaki's just talking about, you know, how Triceratops are, you know, unique and all that stuff. And he calls it the Triceracopter. And then what happens is, with that propeller, he starts hitting all the subordinates and gets them out of the way. So now the subordinates aren't helping Franky. They're not helping anybody. They're down for the count. They're done. Okay? So now it's Franky and Sasaki one-on-one. And Franky's trying to block his attack with a sword. And, of course, you know, Franky's not very good with swordplay or anything like that. He hits Franky, and, you know, I think from there the sword breaks or whatever. And, of course, you know, Franky makes a mention that, you know, now Sasaki gets back onto the ground, and he's just going to bull rush. Just rush right into Franky. And Franky's like, okay, you're going to rush me down, bro? All right, I got you. Hold on, I got you. Come at me, bro. So he puts his hand up. He's ready. He calls it a general shield. So once he runs right into Franky, this is fun. This is awesome. So he does, Sasaki does an attack called Tricera Bullet. So he runs into Franky's arm, and then Franky was able to, right when he hit the arm, Franky was able to do a suplex and grab him and basically like, just do like a German suplex, basically. The reason why I'm excited for this, the reason why I was excited to see that from Franky is because I'm envisioning Franky versus Burgess, right? The wee wrestler guy, that guy. I can't wait to see that fight with them just trading wrestling moves back and forth, and you got him doing surge elbows, and I'm a mark for Jesus Burgess. Okay, he's a wrestler. I love Jesus Burgess. I can't wait to see in the future if the Straw Hats fight the Blackbeard Pirates. That fight's gonna be probably the best one for me. I know it's crazy to say, but I just love that Franky just did a suplex, and it's really, really awesome. So from there, Franky determines, okay, listen, I probably need to do a shot to the belly. You know, I think that's where his weakness is. Once I do that, I can take, I can take control of this fight and possibly win it. So he aims for the stomach, and of course he gets away. And from there, I think he does the propeller attack again, and from there he breaks Franky's sword. And of course, Franky's not the most versed in swordplay or anything like that, so I didn't think that was going to last very long itself. So that happens. And, the fighting continues. And, of course, Franky's running away. He's just trying to get to an advantageous spot so he can bait him into something and then just do a shot to the belly and then just call it a day. So he does another Tricera Bullet. And, of course, Franky does a really cool attack with, it's called Gown Cannon Encore. and blasts Sasaki right into the air, right? So as he does that, you know, of course, Sasaki makes a mention of don't underestimate us. Hey, listen, we're the Flying Six. We're what makes the Beast Pirates fearful. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I think it's mostly Kaido and the headliners, right? But that's fine. I mean, the Flying Six, I gotta say, are pretty strong, man. They have not disappointed me yet. So as he's in the air, Sasaki comes down and is trying to just do it's called Tricera Magnum and just bull rush right into Franky. And he comes down, doesn't attack, and once he hits the armor suit, Franky's right there, ready for a radical beam, right to the belly. Boom! Catches Sasaki right in the belly, and looks like it's a fatal blow, and it looks like he's going to take the victory here. I hope not. I hope last week's chapter with Jinbei, Who's Who, isn't the end. I hope that maybe we get one more panel or chapter with that to finish that off. And I hope this one too. But this battle, if it's the end, wow. Really good fight here, really good battle. I like what Franky's doing here. And of course, with the mention of Sanji with the weapons, I think Franky's going to get a buff after this arc and do something new with that tech from Queen. Obviously, they're going to steal it, right? So then we get to the meat of the chapter here. We get to what everybody's going to like this chapter for. Kaido versus Yamato, right? And of course, Kaido wants Yamato to join, basically, to fight with him and his army, to lead his army. And of course, Yamato doesn't. Yamato has bad memories of him. Of course, Kaido's just not been a great person. Of course, beat Yamato and all this stuff. So, of course, now we get to see Yamato's devil fruit. And of course, Kaido says he went through a lot to get that fruit. Who knows what it is? And to give it to Yamato and then basically since the fact is that once Yamato always resented Kaido, right? So Kaido gave Yamato that fruit. Of course, Yamato's resilient, and Kaido put the cuffs on to Yamato so that way, you can't use a devil fruit or anything like that. I'm going to limit you, whatever, if you're not going to do what I say. So now, the cuffs are off and we finally get to see Yamato's devil fruit, and it looks really, really sick. It kind of looks like a mink, like in their final form, the sulong form. It kind of looks like a cat kind of thing, or like I'm trying to piece this together. What Yamato is really, I can't tell. Like it's a Zoan type for sure, because Kaido loves Zoans, right? He wants an army filled with just like beast people, whatever, right? With Zoan type fruits. So I mean, Yamato looks really, really cool. I just cannot put it down to what it is. Is it like a fox? Is it because Yamato looks sulong to me. Looks like a sulong form, right? I just hope next chapter, we didn't get a mention of what the devil fruit was. All we know is that Kaido went through a lot of trouble to get that devil fruit and was very specific and special. There's something specific and special about that devil fruit and gave it to Yamato. So we don't know. And of course, Yamato's angry that accidentally Yamato ate that fruit. He did not want the fruit. Yamato did not want the fruit, okay? So ate the fruit. And now he can't swim, and now he's like, I can't go out to sea because of this this is crap, So then at the end here, we get a shot of Yamato in the form, and I just can't tell what it is. Maybe it's like a mixture of a wolf or a fox or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fruit is, but it looks awesome, and it looks like a sulong. That's what it looks like to me. Not that Yamato's in sulong. It's like the devil fruit looks like a sulong form mink, which is really, really cool. And that's the end of the chapter. And wow, I mean, really good chapter. Finally, we're wrapping up those side battles. Franky's battle is wrapped up. We got to see what's going on a little bit with Sanji and Queen. The mention of Sanji and Franky taking some of the weapons away from Queen. After this is over, probably get a buff for Franky. And then Zoro's going to be getting back in the fight at some point. Once those bandages come off and give him the medicine, he's probably going to end up fighting King. And then from there, Franky Sasaki delivered. I mean, it was the nice drag-out slobber knocker of a fight. Looks like Franky took it here. And, at the end here, we got Yamato versus Kaido. And we did see Yamato's devil fruit. Looks amazing. Yamato's going to be a great addition to the Straw Hat crew, by the way. Going to be a great addition. I cannot wait once this arc is over and Yamato joins. It's going to be really, 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 really awesome. Anyways, guys, that's it. I mean, I think the chapter, honestly, for me is like a 4 out of 5. I like the fact that we're finally finishing up these side battles and they're getting, the treatment that they deserve. They're getting chapters. They're getting a chapter, right, per battle. So that's cool. I think up next should probably be Robin and Black Maria. And then from there, I can't think of any other. Well, there's still other battles going on, right? We got Nekomamushi, I think, chasing Jack. We still got that going on. We still got Pearl Sparrow doing whatever Pearl Sparrow's been doing. Maybe we get a battle with Carrot because Carrot ended up losing to Pearl Sparrow. So we got a long way to go, man. I feel like we're close to the end of Wano, but I feel like we're not close enough, right? You know what I mean? I feel like we're right there, but we're not. We still got ways to go. We still got things to clear up. We still got things to do. So, anyways, guys, that's it for me. Definitely do me a favor if you can. Like, dislike the video down below. Comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. We'll have more One Piece content. And that's it. That's all I got, guys. This is a great chapter. 4 out of 5 from me. Can't wait to see where this goes. We're on a break next week, unfortunately, not because of Oda, but because Jump is on break next week. So we won't get a chapter next week. We'll get a chapter a week after, which is unfortunate. But whatever. It is what it is. Anyways, guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. Have a great one. Bye.